Trophy hunting. The practice of paying to hunt and keeping part of the wild animal after is a controversial issue around the world. But while media portrays a strongly polarised landscape, a new study suggests that opinions on trophy hunting are, in reality, less straightforward. This finding, researchers say, could affect how trophy hunting is regulated. Throughout the world, a wide range of species are hunted for trophies. This practice seems to be especially controversial when tourists from countries in Europe and North America hunt in sub-Saharan Africa. Hunts like these, however, can offer many overlooked benefits to people who live in or near hunting areas. For example, meat from hunts can provide food, while revenue from hunts can help pay for wildlife conservation, roads, schools, and healthcare. But perception is powerful. Consider, for example, what would happen if legislators in North America and Europe, the largest markets for trophy hunting worldwide, decided to restrict the import of trophies. Influences like these, however distant, can affect the lives of people and wildlife in sub-Saharan Africa. To understand external public perceptions, an international team, led by researchers from Oxford University's Wildlife Conservation Research Unit, surveyed adults from the United States, the United Kingdom, and South Africa, zeroing in on urban areas where political power and decision-making are most concentrated. Overall, responses indicated that regarding the question of, is trophy hunting acceptable? The answer is, it depends. There are factors that make the issue of acceptability more complicated than media coverage and social media might make it seem. These factors include the wild animal being hunted, who would receive the meat after a hunt, and how revenues from hunting would be used. To illustrate these factors at play, take a look at the hunting scenarios considered the least acceptable and the most acceptable by participants. The least acceptable scenario involved the hunting of an elephant, with meat left for wildlife and revenue supporting hunting enterprises. The most acceptable scenario involved the hunting of a zebra, with meat going to local people and revenue supporting conservation. But those are just the extremes. A closer look reveals a complex interplay between factors. For instance, although hunting elephants was generally perceived as less acceptable than hunting zebras, elephant hunting became more acceptable in the eyes of participants if the resulting meat were to go to people and the revenue to conservation. Acceptability also depended on participants' demographics. Participants from the UK, for example, indicated lower acceptability of trophy hunting overall than those from the USA and South Africa. In addition, participants who self-identified as hunters were generally more likely to perceive trophy hunting as more acceptable, while participants who self-identified as animal protectionists were generally more likely to perceive trophy hunting as less acceptable. This study uncovers some of the factors that shape public perceptions of trophy hunting, but many more factors are also likely to matter. For now, revealing this diversity of opinions on trophy hunting from around the world is an important first step. But more work is needed to understand the perspectives of people who live in rural areas of sub-Saharan Africa. People who live in rural areas of sub-Saharan Africa have often been overlooked in decisions affecting wildlife where they live. Understanding how the opinions of people who live alongside wildlife compare with the perceptions of people who live farther away could help guide difficult decisions on how to manage trophy hunting.